Do you want to learn how to world build? Do you want to learn how to visualize? Then this is the video for you. Hello my loves, welcome back. Hello, if you're new here, I'm an artist of sorts who likes to dabble in everything creativity related. If that sounds like something you're into, then consider subscribing for more videos just like this one. This video will be filled with tips and tricks that you can use to world build, both for fun and to create inner worlds. And I'll talk about how to visualize at the end. So if you're only interested in that, skip to the visualization tips part. Alright, let's start off with the basics. Why do you want to world build? What are you trying to achieve? Knowing your purpose will help you focus on what you need to build and what's important to you. If you're doing this for fun, then anything goes. Don't limit yourself, but keep your goals in mind when making decisions. Let's say you want to write a story set in a fantasy world. In that case, you might need to think about things like magic systems, different species, religion, history, culture, social structure, etc. You don't have to know everything about your world. You can always add details later as you go. I like to use Pinterest to collect images and ideas that inspire me and that fit the world that I am building. I made a Pinterest board specifically for my current world building project. Even though the story I'm writing isn't finished yet, I still want to flesh out the world a bit more. So that's why I'm creating a world building document. Now let's get started. First things first, name your world. I usually start by naming the world, because I feel like that helps me get into the headspace of it all. It also depends on what kind of story you're telling. For example, if your world is Earth, you don't really need to come up with a name. However, if your world is unique and fictional, coming up with a name might be a good idea. Now, onto the actual world building document. First, I like to start with geography. Make a rough sketch of the landmasses and label them. You don't have to be an amazing artist for this. Just make sure that you can recognize what they are. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. Also, let me know in the comments below what you're currently working on. Are you creating a whole new world? Or are you adding on to something that you already started? Or maybe you're just world building for fun. Next, I like to talk about the climate. What's the weather like? Are there seasons? How warm or cold is it? Is it rainy a lot? I like to use Canva for this part, because they have these amazing templates that you can use to create infographics. But again, you can just use a regular Word document too. Here, I also add in any natural disasters that occur in this world. Floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, you name it. Next, we have flora and fauna. What kinds of plants and animals are there? Are there magical creatures? Do some plants have magical properties? I find it fun to create little charts for this part. It just helps me organize my thoughts a bit better. And of course, if you're writing a story, think about how the plants and animals impact the plot. For example, in Avatar, The Last Airbender, the lion turtle is an ancient creature that can grant people the ability to enter the avatar state. The Kyoshi, a type of plant that can only grow near the spirit portal, is used to create a powerful energy drink called Sky Juice. Next, we have the human element. What's the population like? Are there different social classes? What's the history of this world? How did it come to be? Is there war? What are the governments like? How do people make money? How does technology work? I like to answer these questions with short paragraphs. Also, if you're writing a story, think about how these things impact the plot and the characters. Next, I like to list some of the major cities, villages, or landmarks. Are there places of worship? Maybe there is a holy city or a village that is known for producing a certain good or service. Again, you don't have to write paragraphs for each one. Short bullet points should suffice. Now, if you're writing a story, you might want to think about how magic works in your world. if it's even a thing. Is magic common knowledge, or is it a secret? Are there rules to magic? Can anyone use magic, or is it limited to a certain group of people? Think about how magic affects the world around it. Does using magic have consequences? How does it impact the plot? Does magic influence politics? Another thing you might want to consider is religion. What do people believe in? Is there more than one religion? If so, how do they differ? Is religion a major part of daily life, or is it more of a background thing? If you're writing a story, think about how religion affects the plot and the characters. How does it influence their choices? Does it play a role in the conflict? The last thing I want to talk about is culture. What's everyday life like? What are people's hobbies? What do they eat? What's their art like? What languages do they speak? What are their customs and traditions? Again, think about how this impacts the plot and the characters. What roles do these things play in the story? I hope these tips help you with your world-building projects. Now, let's move on to the visualization portion of the video. I'm going to try my best to explain how I visualize, but it's really hard to put into words. It's a very personal and individual experience. How you visualize might be very different from how I do it. That's okay. This is just how I do it. When I'm world building, I like to imagine that I'm living in the world that I'm building. I take the form of someone who lives in that world. I imagine that I have a body, a face, a name. I have parents, maybe siblings. I have a house and a job. I go to school. I interact with other people. I walk down the street. I smell the flowers and the trees. I hear the birds. I taste delicious foods. I explore nature. I interact with the magical creatures. I fight in the war. I attend festivals and parties. I dance with friends. I laugh, cry, feel pain. I fall in love. I make mistakes. I learn from those mistakes. I discover new things. I get scared. I face my fears. I overcome challenges. I live my life. That's how I do it. I visualize my life in the world that I'm building. If you're having trouble visualizing, try to break it down into smaller steps. You don't have to imagine your whole life at once. Start with yours. Imagine where you are right now. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you feel? Who are you with? What are they doing? What are you doing? Then expand on that. Imagine how your day went. What did you do after that? Imagine your home. What does it look like? Where is it located? Imagine your family and friends. What are they like? Imagine your job or school. What do you do there? Imagine your town or city. What's it like? Explore it. Go to different places. Talk to people. Try to immerse yourself in the world that you created. And don't worry if it feels weird or awkward at first. It takes practice. And as you practice, it'll become more natural and easier to do. If you're still having trouble, try closing your eyes or looking at a blank wall in front of you. That way, you won't be distracted by what's going on around you. Focus on your breathing. Take a deep breath in and then let it out slowly. Let go of any tension in your body. Tense and then relax each muscle group. Focus on your surroundings. Imagine where you are. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you feel? What's happening? Who's around you? What are they doing? What are you doing? Then expand on that. Imagine how your day went. What did you do after that? Imagine your home. What does it look like? Where is it located? Imagine your family and friends. What are they like? Imagine your job or school. What do you do there? Imagine your town or city. What's it like? Go to different places. Talk to people. Try to immerse yourself in the world that you created. Also remember that it's okay to take breaks. If you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed out, step away for a bit and come back to it later. And don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're stuck, reach out to a friend or a professional for help. World building and visualization should be fun. It's a chance for you to escape reality and explore new worlds and possibilities. So relax, enjoy yourself, and let your imagination run wild. Thank you for watching.